and welcome to the Raising Kalen podcast. My name is Marsh Naidu, and today I am chatting with my friend Mandy Hinson. Mandy lives in Union City, and she's part of the marketing team at St. John's Community Services. And Mandy, welcome on this cold winter's day.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. Well, before we kick off and talk about some of the interesting projects you are involved in, Mandy, can you just give us some of your background, please?
So currently I've been with St. John's for a year and a half, and I have loved every second of it. Before that, I was in development at the local PBS station, West Tennessee PBS. I was there for 17 years. And before that, I was at Channel 6 in Paducah as a news producer for 7 years. So I'm aging myself a little bit.
So born and raised in Union City, Mandy?
Yes, South Fulton, which is very close.
Okay.
Went to high school in South Fulton. Um, Went to college at UTM. Took a couple years off after my freshman year. Moved to Atlanta for a couple years. Got to work for the Olympics, and then decided I needed to go back to college and moved back home and went to UTM, and it was great.
For the listeners out there that might not know about the work that's done at St. John's Community Services, just kind of give us a little bit of background, please, Mandy.
Absolutely. I love talking about St. John's. So we believe that every person, regardless of abilities or circumstances, deserves the support of a loving community. And we also believe that they have the right and that they deserve the opportunity to live as independently as possible and achieve their dreams. We do that a couple different ways. We help individuals with disabilities, adults with disabilities. We have residential programs for them. We have supportive programs, supportive employment programs for them, day programs for them, and enabling technology programs. So we really try and get individuals out in the community a lot, and just let them be engaged and be part of the community, because we know that they just make our community better.
Absolutely, 100%.
We also have an Oasis program that I need to talk about too, where we help homeless youth and domestic violence survivors find permanent housing. We come alongside them, help them get back on their feet, put items in their homes. If they need to go back to school, we help them get back to school. We help with everything that they need to, again, be as independent as possible.
No, that's new to me. I did not know about that program. How would you kind of give referral to that program, Mandy?
So I guess the easiest way to do it is to go to our website, and it's sjcs.org.
Mm-hmm.
And then you click on Tennessee, and then you click on the different programs that we offer. There's two different buttons, one for support youth experiencing homelessness and one that says support people fleeing domestic violence. So you can click on those and be contacted with the right people that you need to talk to be able to take the next steps.
Now, you have an amazing program that's being started up. Mandy, can you tell us about the Pantry and the work that you all are doing through the Pantry?
Yes, I am so excited to talk about that. So in October, we opened our doors officially and started serving folks that need help. We have food and clothing at the Pantry, and people can come in and they just give me a little bit of information, just basic information, their name, their address, how many people in their household, and that determines how much food we're able to give them. And then if they need help with clothing, we have someone that can go back with them and help them. We have it sorted where we can find their sizes quickly. We have amazing partnerships with Bombas and Hanes, Carter's, Kids Clothing, and Maurice's, just amazing organizations that help us with clothes, and we're able to give all of that away for free. Everything is for free. We don't charge for anything. And we also don't have really any requirements to help people, just that they have a need and that we want to help them with that need. They also don't have to live in Weakley County. They can live anywhere, and come in and say they need help, and we'll help them.
Mandy, how did this program or how did the pantry come about?
We had a small pantry at St. John's, and we just started needing to help more people. So we decided that it was something that we wanted to explore, to see if we could get it off the ground. And it's actually kind of a cool story. I had talked with my boss about, expanding the pantry, making the clothing, more sizes, more options, more opportunity. And I was laying in bed scrolling Facebook like you often do. And I saw where a friend of mine that owns gas stations he was selling coolers from the gas station. And I thought, oh, if we're going to open a food pantry, that might be very helpful to have refrigeration, like large refrigeration. So I messaged him, Jason Manise, who they used to own 3J's Food. And I said, hey, I'm thinking about opening a food pantry at St. John's. And how much do you want for these? And he said, oh, well, if that's what you're doing, I'm just going to give them to you. And I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. And I left out that before that, like literally, I prayed and I was like, God, you've put me in this situation. You've put me in this position to be able to help people through St. John's, because they already do that so well. What can I do? And so literally that night is when I saw the post from Jason. And so he had these two giant coolers, like the 3-door coolers that you see at the gas station where you get your Coke out of. So he had two of those. These are giant, giant coolers. And I thought, that's not the cooler. That's not the moving that you ask your friends, hey, I'll buy you some pizza if you help me move. This is not the kind of situation we were in. Um, so I started thinking, and I was like, I have a good friend, Andy Blackwell, owns Top Hat Moving. I'm going to just message him and see how much it would cost for us to get those coolers from Dyersburg to Martin. And so I messaged him and told him what we were doing and that Jason and his dad, Jim, had donated the coolers. And he was like, oh, well, we're just going to come get them. That's great. So those two things were donated like in the span of a day and a half. And I was like, okay, God, I think that this is something that you want to happen. So it was really cool how that happened. And honestly, he has really just been blessing this pantry because we don't really have a budget for this right now. This is a brand new project. And so not almost all of the food that we have gotten has been donated, or people have donated money. And then we have an amazing partnership with Second Harvest Food Bank in Camden. One of the really cool things about the pantry is that it is a choice pantry, which means we don't make up boxes for people. They actually get to come in and shop for what they want. So nothing is wasted. So we don't give somebody hominy that doesn't want hominy. So we have it set out just like a store, like a grocery store. And I've worked with Second Harvest, and they kind of have a guide to, if you have a family of 4, this is how many vegetables you need. This is how many cans of soup you need for the week, that kind of thing. And so people can come in and get what they want. And if there's, a choice between hominy and corn and they like corn better, they get to pick corn, or you know what I mean? They can get what they want. And I also have to say that we have a partnership with Discovery Park of America where they do their construction every year. And it's so cool. If you haven't seen that, they have kids come in from local high schools, and I think it's high schools, maybe middle schools too. And they build these amazing displays out of cans, and they're about to do it again. Well, last February, we were able to get, I think it was, oh gosh, I can't remember how it was, 20,000 pounds of cans, maybe more than that. I can't remember. It was a crazy amount of cans.
Oh my goodness.
And so that is kind of what was able to kickstart the program. We got the cans and we got the coolers and we had all this where it needed to be. We were helping people, not on such a big level of how we're helping people now. So it started really small and then it just grew. And now I've got volunteers that come in and help, and it's just beautiful. All of my volunteers are people that are using the pantry, and and they want to give back. And I honestly could not do it without them. So it's amazing.
Mandy, what is spirit of community? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if there are any students who would like to volunteer, or maybe anyone else in the community that would somehow like to be involved, what would you say? And how would you encourage them?
Sure. Like if anybody wants to get involved, they are more than welcome to reach out to me and I can let them know when we will be needing volunteers for sure every Tuesday. So the pantry is open every Tuesday from 2 to 4.
Okay.
Our goal is to make those hours longer. We'd really love to be open from 12 to 4, but it all really depends on when we pick up our food from Second Harvest on Tuesdays. 2 o'clock right now is giving us enough time to get it all sorted, but eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to do it a little bit earlier. Um, we also, on Mondays, I have volunteers that come. It's actually the same volunteers because they're amazing. They come and they help me on Monday get the clothing donations that we've got sorted and then hung up in the right spot. That way, when people come in for us to help them find clothes, it's organized in a way that it's easy and not stressful. And, we just want everybody to feel very welcome and feel very supported. And so that just makes it easier. So best way to volunteer is to email me at mhinson, Hinson, at sjcs.org. And I can tell you when we're going to be at the pantry, and I would love to have the help. And also, if they want to donate food, I can get you a list of the stuff that is really needed. But it's basically like canned meat, peanut butter, jelly, soup, chili, that kind of thing. We have tons of vegetables right now. So think like protein, and think we have several families in the area that come in that live in a hotel. And so we really need to, our goal is to make bags with food specifically for microwave meals, like the Chef Boyardee
Yes.
peel tops and
Yes.
things like that. We'd really like to have bags prepared for those people in that situation, just to make it just a little bit easier for them. Because there's a lot more of that than I was aware of,
Yes,
just in Martin.
Yes, ma'am. Mandy, it wouldn't be right if I didn't talk about some of the opportunities to volunteer here in Dyersburg. So Rachel Townsend gave me a list. If you guys are looking for opportunities to volunteer in Dyersburg, please seek out some of these organizations. That's Dyer County Salvation Army. Then we also have the Dyer County Humane Society and Paws to Care. There's Dyer County CASA, Matthew 2540, who does excellent work in this area as well. And just a quick mention, the First United Methodist Church here in Dyersburg has a food pantry that's situated right next door to the church in Ray House, RHEA Ray House. That's a partnership with Real Food Ministries. And
really?
They open on a Wednesday from 12 to 2. Is there any words of encouragement or anything else that you would like to say, Mandy, before we go ahead and sign off?
Well, I just appreciate this opportunity. And you are such an amazing interviewer. Like, I'm just so excited.
We're just talking a lot.
Yeah. You said that it would be easy. So
I told you. Mandy, it was amazing talking to you, sister.
You're amazing. Thanks for doing this, and thank you for the platform. I really appreciate it.
100%, and see you soon.
Okay. Love you, friend.
You too, dear. You too.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys. And as always, remember, get to the top of your mountain. This is Marsh Naidu signing off.